Hey, welcome to the channel. Today is week 5 of a 13-week half marathon training with Garmin Coach. So at the end of the week, I upload the completed workouts for that particular week so that you can follow along and train for your own half marathon. Hey, if you're new to the channel, I'm Tim. I upload new videos each week, typically about running. So you'll want to subscribe to the channel and click on that notification bell so that you'll be notified each time that I do. So let's get right into the workout schedule. So this week, Sunday, we started with an easy run. Monday was a progression run. Tuesday was an easy run. Wednesday was a rest and recovery day. Thursday, we ran speed repeats. And Friday was an easy long run. So now let's back up and go through each of these workouts in more detail. So on Sunday, it was an easy run. We started with a 5-minute jog to warm up. We ran for 30 minutes with an option to run an additional 10 minutes, trying to keep a pace between 8:38 and 9:38 minute mile, and we ended with a 5-minute jog to cool down. Monday was a progression run, so we started with a 5-minute jog to warm up. We ran for 20 minutes, trying to keep our pace between an 8:38 and 9:38 minute mile, and then we ran an additional 10 minutes at a much faster pace, trying to keep that between a 6:38 and 6:58 minute mile, and then we ended that workout with a 5-minute jog to cool down. So Tuesday was also an easy run. We basically repeated Sunday's workout. So it started with a 5-minute jog to warm up, then we ran for 30 minutes at an easy pace of 8:38 to a 9:38 minute mile. We had the option to run an additional 10 minutes, also at an 8:38 to a 9:38 minute mile, and we ended with a 5-minute jog to cool down. So Wednesday was a rest and recovery day. Thursday, we ran speed repeats. To do this, I went down to my local high school track. And it started with a 15-minute jog to warm up. And then we ran hard for 1 minute, trying to keep our pace between a 6:28 and a 6:48 minute mile. We had 1 minute to recover. And then we ran hard again for 1 minute, trying to keep that pace. Ran still between 6:28 and a 6:48 minute mile. We repeated that sequence 6 different times. We then moved right into the second half of our speed repeats, where we ran hard for 30 seconds. This time, trying to keep our pace range between a 5:28 and a 5:48 minute mile, with 1 minute jog to recover. And then we ran hard again for another 30 seconds. Again, still trying to keep between that 5:28 and 5:48 minute mile. We repeated that sequence 6 times also. And then we ended with a 15-minute jog to cool down. So Friday was a long, easy run. So we started with a 5-minute jog to warm up. Then we ran for an hour and 20 minutes at our easy run pace of 8:38 to a 9:38 minute mile, with the option to run an additional 15 minutes at that same pace with a 5-minute jog to cool down. We ended the week on Saturday with a rest and recovery day. So now I'm going to just take a few minutes and share with you how I did on these various workouts. So starting with Sunday with the easy run. You'll see up on your screen now my results. And yes, I did run a little faster than I intended to. I ended up running more my race pace goal of a 7:37 minute mile as opposed to that 8:38 to 9:38 minute mile that I was intending to do. But I really just followed my body's lead. You know, I had fresh legs, everything felt good, and I made the decision when I was out running to not hold back, really, just to go with it. And see what happens. And I felt really good. So you can see that my pace ranged from a 7:16 minute mile to a 7:45 minute mile. And I was pleased with that effort. Not so pleased I didn't necessarily honor the workout that Garmin had scheduled for me. But again, I kind of let my body take the lead on that one. Looking at Monday's progression run. So we, again, started with a 5-minute jog to warm up. And then we ran for 20 minutes at an easy pace. And then we kicked it up a notch to run at between a 6:38 to 6:58 minute mile for an additional 10 minutes after that 20-minute easy run pace. And then we ended with a cool down. And overall, I was pretty happy with that. My easy run pace was a little faster than the 8:38 that was scheduled by Garmin. But I was able to get the progression aspect of it, that last 10 minutes, pretty much right in the ballpark with what they were calling for. So Tuesday, we had another easy run day, basically repeating Sunday's workout schedule. You can see after our warm-up, we were to run for 30 minutes at an easy run pace between 8:38 and 9:38 minute mile, with an option to run 10 more minutes at that same pace range. And my pace ranged from a 7:57 to an 8:02 minute mile, so a little quicker than what was scheduled, but overall I was pretty pleased. So Thursday we ran speed repeats, and after the 15-minute jog to warm up, we ran hard for 1 minute, and again trying to keep between the 6:28, 6:48 minute mile pace. And you can see that I was slightly above that. That's highlighted with the blue arrows. We repeated that whole process 6 different times, and then we went right into the second set of speed repeats where we ran hard for 30 seconds, this time at a quicker pace between 5:28 and 5:48 minute mile was the goal. I, for the most part, was pretty pleased with that, but there were a couple of laps that I didn't fall within that range. So you can see on lap 15, I was at 5:59, and lap 23, I was at 5:57. So, but overall, pretty darn close. I just kind of came out a little too hot, too fast, I think, with that first set of speed repeats, and maybe didn't have quite enough gas in the tank to fall within the range that they were calling for that second half of speed repeats. So Friday ended our workouts for the week with a long, easy run. We started with a 5-minute jog to warm up, and then we ran for an hour and 20 minutes, and then an additional 15 minutes at an easy run pace between 8:38 and 9:38 minute mile. And you can see that my pace ranged between an 8:19 and an 8:44 minute mile, and that averaged out to an 8:38 minute mile overall for the run. So I was pretty much right on the money with what Garmin was calling for, so I'm really happy with that. So I'm working hard to try to improve these videos from week to week. So if you have any comments or suggestions on how I might be able to make these better for you, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to address those with next week's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, maybe give it a thumbs up, give it a little love. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.